question I already know the answer to, but I don't know that the public does. You made a comment that you looked at several places. Can you give us any idea where else or how many other spots you looked at?
We actually looked at every piece of property that the Park and Rec Department or the city owns. And we had a list of those when we started, and we started going through pros and cons from the initial site. We actually looked at the parks here in town, the Sambor Hill Park. We actually looked at like around the complex area, that there's a lot of land out there, which quite a ways away from town. And that's seemed to be what we were running into in a lot of the areas. We tried to keep it in the center of town where it's friendly for kids and even the neighbors to be used to traffic and things like that. And this spot, visibility off 150 was great. And like I say, the neighbors are all used to people being around, and that's not going to be new. You take this into a neighborhood that doesn't have any traffic, and that's another thing we decided on. So.
I think its location is great. You guys had that from before, and you've done a great job working together as a team and looking at all those things. So I just want the public to know that this isn't something you just did on a whim or pointed at one spot and such. But I do think the location is good. So.
Do you guys have a fund set up yet or an account set up that people can start donating even in advance of approval?
We do have an account set up.
Okay.
And how would somebody be able to do?
I'd contact any of us on the committee or Bob, and it's just kind of in the preliminary stages. But like I said, once the land is acquired, I guess that's what happens. Then we'll get more with the capital campaign and kind of get a more formal way to have that money put in an account. So.
Have you finalized an actual plan yet? Because I think you had a couple of them, and you had one that you was choosing or hoping for, but have you?
I think we'll probably want to revise it and take another last look at what we've got.
Okay.
And depending on what we decide for the land, and make sure that relay everything out with no building being there and making sure everything's okay.
And one of the diagrams that we had there, I believe they're still at the Civic Center. Yeah. One of them was a standalone facility that doesn't include anything with the school. So
okay.
That's probably the one we need to maybe tilt things if we need to or whatever. But that's probably pretty much our blueprint.
Still going to have to be a bond issue. Am I correct about that? Wouldn't it make more sense, Bob, to have the bond issue first before we purchase any property?
I don't think so. I think we need the land.
What are we going to do, garden it if we don't?
If we will have it when it's ready. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like when we did the library. If we hadn't had the property at the time, we wouldn't.
But we didn't go purchase any property for that, did we?
Well, but you have to plan ahead.
That's true. But I mean, and it's kind of like the Fairway. We wound up with that, and then we've had to get a project for the Fairway.
Well, that goes back to some other problems. That's not just the Fairway building.
That's purchasing property before you have a use for it. And that's what we're
we had a use for it.
Because the plans and stuff can change once we have the property. If we have no place to actually put it, it doesn't do any good to make further plans since you don't know if it'd fit. Where,
Couldn't we buy an option to buy it? And then have the bond issue?
I personally think we need an aquatic center.
I do too.
We need the property. We've done the study. We need to just go ahead and get the property and move forward.
I disagree.
Do we need a
We have no
motion
use for
that,
it
or
until we get the public's okay.
Did you make
They have
that
the
a form of
public's okay, then
motion
that's a different
to-
deal.
I don't think I can make a motion because
Okay.
it's not on the agenda.
Oh,
As a formality, we should probably place it on the next agenda.
I think,
Yeah, I think it's just, this is just the committee's coming to
Right.
talk to us. And so I think you probably just should have them take it up at the next meeting.
Well, we can recommend that the city manager make an offer.
there's a
I mean,
consensus too.
Consensus on it. I think just
that
ask each
doesn't
of the
need to be
council
made in a
members
motion
what
or
they
anything,
think.
just,
I think you can do it by consensus, but yeah, you can't take action to.
No.
okay.
I still think a motion to, or option to buy it would be a lot smarter move, you know,
And
a lot smarter.
I understand that. I think that's going to be out of our hands. We can make that proposal to the people that own the property, and if they decide that they're interested in an option, that's fantastic. And if they're not, I mean, we don't control that, but I hear what you're saying, and I think there's some flexibility between now and
I'd like to
2
know what
weeks
we're
from
gonna
now.
do with that property if we indeed don't get the bond issue. I mean, that's gonna make an awful large garden. We're gonna have A lot of weeds to hoe down there, Bob, I don't know.
We can do a bunch of trailers.
RV park.
We can do an
Trailer
RV
park?
park.
Expand the RV park for
Yeah.
one thing.
There
I mean,
you go.
there's uses for it.
My problem with just doing an option is we already did that with the school district and we backed out of it. I think we need to just be upfront and say this is what we want to do. To be fair with them, that they know what to work with.
If I may say one thing, I also coached the Little League in the spring, and there is no green space anywhere. I mean, if you go anywhere on a Tuesday or Thursday night, every park is full, and there's teams practicing on top of each other. So if it didn't work out, it would be fantastic green space area for things like that.
With the fairgrounds taking out the grass over by the Falcon Center, that would definitely give us more place to put, because my daughter's in kickball or soccer, and that was out there until they made a RV park out of it, so.
There you go, Bob. More land for Bob.
I mean, we've had to
Yeah,
switch
you mow some more
practices.
grass.
I mean, we've had to switch practices a lot of different times because of no space available, so.
I go along with Bob's suggestion. I think we should go ahead and try to purchase it and go from there, because I think we need to be in a positive mood with this. For wishy-washy, it's gonna be next fall again, and I think we gotta get going on it right now.
Okay,
I don't think an option to buy is wishy-washy at all. You're committing to buy it if the bond issue goes through. And if the bond issue doesn't go through, Don, I don't know what we're gonna do with it. Like I said, it's gonna make a very large garden.
but again,
Well, there
that's
is
not
other
something
uses
we,
for it besides a pool.
Okay, you're the one that's gonna have to answer to the taxpayers.